Today we're diving into the wild and wacky world of one of the most iconic music producers of the 2010s. Mike Will made it. With a superstar-studded portfolio featuring legends like Kanye West, Rihanna, Ray Shremmerd, and Beyonce, he's undeniably a top-tier talent in the music scene. But wait, there is more. Instead of talking about his endless hits, we're gonna take a roller coaster ride through his origin story, blockbuster bangers, his unpredictable Twitter feuds, and his gradual transformation into a rapper/producer. So buckle up as we explore the juicy rumors of him sending Miley Cyrus to the hospital with an STD. We're gonna discuss his bizarre beef with Ebro and his legal battles around 2018. So grab your popcorn and let's get into it. What up guys, Ali here and welcome to Ali Talks Music. Add me on Instagram and Ali Talks Music as well. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now let's get into the video.
And what was that moment that you said, like this is what I think that I want to do?
When I started making money.
Mike Will Made It was born around 1989 in Marietta, Georgia. Surrounded by a musically gifted family, young Mike had sports dreams, but he could not resist the siren call of hip-hop. He began by recreating catchy beats for freestyle sessions with friends, but soon he wanted more. One day his father bought him a beat machine for Christmas, and this began his musical journey. With his growing skills, Mike began attending recording studios at just 16 years old, and he was eager to share his beats with big-name artists. Despite a slow start and only working with one rapper called Blaze, Mike refused to quit. Luck finally struck when he met Gucci Mane at Patchwork Studio. He handed over a beat CD to Gucci Mane and watched as Gucci Mane listened. After that, it was on. Gucci Mane offered Mike Will $1,000 on the spot. And so, Mike Will's epic journey had just begun.
Well, the first beat I made that a major artist got on, I don't know if mixtapes were considered published at the time. It was Gucci Mane, Just Another Day in East Atlanta 6. And it was on his No Pad, No Pencil mixtape. And it was an underground classic joint. You know what I'm saying? He opened up all his tours at the time that he was doing with that song, and really how it really just set me on my path as a career, as a producer or whatnot, and set me on my path on my career was when I met Gucci and went to the studio with him for the first time. I heard the beat, he was like, bro, this beat hard as fuck, bro. And he just went in the studio and freestyle, and then that song just became classic. And it was right then and there, once I started hearing the artist rapping on my beat, that's when I understood the next layer of producing, you know what I'm saying? Because I would make beats and they would be hard or whatnot, but when you hear the artist's voice on there and then you see what your beat does to you, and you know what I'm saying, the kind of emotion that it brings out of different people, and when the beat drops or when the drums go away and all that different kind of stuff, it puts you more in perspective when you go in the studio and you putting other songs together and you're trying to outdo that last song that you just put together like that. And that's what really, I feel like, just set me on my journey right there.
Just a young nigga in the hood selling bricks.
When speaking about his first interaction with Gucci Mane, he said the following: I was like, man, you gotta holler at my people. I didn't even have no people. He was like, I like you. You're a little player. Mike Will and Gucci Mane exchanged numbers and kept in touch. Soon, they hit the studio, churning out a total of 20 songs in just 3 days. From there, Mike's network grew, connecting him to rappers like 2 Chainz, back then known as Titty Boy, Future, Waka Flocka Flame, and Rocco. But hold on, his parents still wanted him to go to college. So off to Georgia State University he went. However, Mike's heart was set on music, and after a few semesters, he left with a 3.1 GPA to chase his true passion, becoming a legendary producer. Around 2006, Mike kicked off his own production powerhouse, Eardrummers Entertainment.
It was the first group of people I clicked with, and you know what I'm saying, we all got on one page, and you know what I'm saying, just as well as I created the sound, they created the sound. I look at these guys my business partners, all these guys are winning different awards, you know what I'm saying? We got Shrimp Life, man, we got 2-9, you know what I'm saying, we got been working with Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, been working with Big Sean, been working with Jeezy, been working with Nicki,
He began strong, collaborating with Gucci Mane on several tracks around 2007. This included tracks like East Atlanta 6, I Smoke Kush, I Pop Beans, and another track called Star Status.
Just Gucci Mane, flash out and I don't do. I just do it. I drink and bum and fluid.
Around 2008, he added another 4 tracks to Gucci Mane's discography across 3 mixtapes, and even began working with OJ the Juice Man. But I won't bore you with every single detail. Fast forward to around 2009, when Mike Will exploded onto the underground scene, working with artists like 2 Chainz, Shorty Low, Miss Go Ham, and Soulja Boy. Around 2010, he teamed up with Bambino Gold, and by 2011, he was jamming with Future, Young Jeezy, and Ludacris, just to name a few.
I'm on that bouncy, I'm on that DJ Shrew, I'm on that big hawk, I don't know what to do.
In his early days, Mike was an unstoppable force, and he was working with a dazzling array of artists, from Future at 11th Street Studios, to Gucci Mane at Patchwork, Rocco at Hot Beats, and 2 Chainz in the South Side. Mike's non-stop hustle had him grinding until the wee hours. But 2011 was when he truly burst onto the scene, launching his first single, Tupac Back, featuring the dynamic duo of Rick Ross and Meek Mill.
Tupac back, Tupac back. That's all these bitches screaming that Tupac back.
The Mike Will era had officially begun. Now, in my opinion, this track still slaps to this day, and Mike Will did his thing on the beat. Mike didn't even know that Meek was on the record until right before the song dropped. The song ended up on Maybach Music's Self-Made Volume 1, and Mike was all in. Around 2011, he joined forces with Future, creating chart-topping hits like Turn on the Lights, a song that deviates from Future's signature style.
Turn on the light, I'm looking forward to. I heard she keep her promises, ain't never turn on you.
At the time, this song became Mike Will's highest charting production. Mike's debut mixtape, EST, in 1989, Last of a Dying Breed, dropped with a star-studded cast.
Presidential at the Swiss Hotel, make it come on. Post it up, all black in the back, 100 deep.
He then dropped 2 more mixtapes around 2012, each boasting even more jaw-dropping collabs with artists like Diddy, Mac Miller, Rihanna, and Big Sean. Mike Will was unstoppable. In that same year, Mike's production prowess caught the attention and ears of the biggest artists in the game. These include Kanye, 50 Cent, Rihanna, and Juicy J, with chart-topping hits like Mercy, No Lie, and bands that make her dance. Mike Will was on fire.
Lamborghini Mercy, yo chick she so thirsty.
Real nigga say word, you ain't never told no lie. You ain't never told no lie. Real nigga say word, you ain't never told no lie.
2013 was even bigger, with bangers like Rihanna's Pour It Up, B.O.B.'s We Still In This, Lil Wayne's Love Me, and Ace Hood's Bugatti. Now, in my opinion, Bugatti is probably the best beat that I've heard from Mike Will. I played this song at least 1,000 times when it came out, and let me tell you, it bumps in the whip.
I woke up in a new Bugatti. I woke up in a new Bugatti.
But wait, Mike Will then changed things up. He then went on to make R&B jams like Kelly Rowland's Kisses Down Low and Ciara's Body Part. In just about 2 years, Mike racked up 8 platinum and 3 gold certifications. And believe it or not, he was just getting started. Mike's ever-growing list of collaborations even included Jay-Z on his Magna Carta Holy Grail album. Mike was responsible for the track Beach Is Better.
Girl, why you never ready? For as long as you took, you better look like Halle Berry.
Also in 2013, Mike joined forces with none other than Miley Cyrus.
When I first started making this album, one of the first producers I called was Mike Will, who EP'd bangers, and we're really close, and we've stayed really close over the last 10 years. And I started kind of explaining to him the sound and some of my inspirational references, and he said, Miley, what you need to understand is you are the reference. You don't hang poster girls on your wall. You are the poster girl. And that changed everything for me. I never really listened to anyone else trying to imitate them. I designed something that I felt was all of my own, and now someone can go in the studio and go, I want to sound like Miley. I want it to be the reference.
Kicking off a match made in music heaven. As the executive producer of her fourth album, Bangers, Mike was responsible for the triple platinum hit, We Can't Stop. The duo's musical chemistry was so electric that Mike produced 8 tracks on Bangers and 6 more on Miley's wild ride of an album, Miley, Cyrus and Her Dead Pets. Now this is around the time that Miley Cyrus was experimenting with hip-hop. She was trying so desperately to ditch her Disney image, you know? She cut her hair, she started twerking. This was just a weird time in hip-hop. And I'm so glad it's over. When talking about Miley Cyrus, Mike Will said the following: "Me and Miley just clicked. She has good ideas. She's real creative. Her whole thing is she's getting older, so her sound is evolving. But she doesn't want to reach too far. We Can't Stop has so many different vibes to it. She sounds country. The beat has these live, knocking drums. And then it has these pop melodies. It's a feel-good record." Around 2013, Mike stepped into the spotlight as a rapper with his party anthem 23, featuring Miley Cyrus, Wiz Khalifa, and Juicy J. The song went 4 times platinum and soared up the charts, marking a beginning of a new chapter for Mike. He signed with Interscope, founded Eardrum Records, and even earned the title of Producer of the Year by Hip Hop DX. But what's a story without a little drama? As Mike and Miley's collaboration deepened, there were rumors of a romantic relationship between the pair. Their cozy Instagram pictures and touchy-feely public appearances fueled the gossip, even though they never confirmed anything. Then around 2014, Miley landed in the hospital mid-tour. Initially chalked up to an allergic reaction, fans could not help but wonder if Mike was involved when her tour director, Diane Martel, started tweeting about him. She said the following: "Mike Will made it is disgusting. Disgusting equals murderous." The plot thickened when Miley retweeted the second post, leading fans to speculate that her allergic reaction might actually be a cover-up for an STD from Mike. Later on, TMZ reported that Miley's severe reaction was due to antibiotics. But if you ask me, something about that story seems a little bit fishy. In 2014, Mike kept making beats for his usual crew. However, he also teamed up with industry stars like Mariah Carey, Trey Songz, Rich Gang, Tinashe, A$AP Ferg, and Nicki Minaj. You just got cash, blow some more. He scored 2 more platinum hits with Ray Shremmerd's No Type and No Flex Zone and signed them, along with 2-9, to his Eardrum Records. I don't got no type. Nah. He then dropped mixtape number 5 called Ransom, and this one had Kendrick Lamar on it, Lil Wayne, 2 Chainz, Juicy J, and Big Sean, amongst others. At this point in the game, Mike Will had the power to work with anybody that he wanted to. However, by 2015, Mike slowed down his pace a bit and started focusing on developing Ray Shremmerd and producing for Puff Daddy, The Game, Miley Cyrus, Ludacris, Big Sean, and Juicy J. He produced 2 major singles that year, Big Sean's Paradise and Ray Shremmerd's underrated This Could Be Us. The same year, Mike got into a Twitter beef with radio personality Ebro when Complex ranked Shrem Life as number 3 on their best albums of 2015 list. According to the host of Hot 97, Shrem Life did not deserve the 3rd position because, according to Ebro, Ray Shremmerd didn't write their own raps. Mike Will heard what Ebro had to say and responded with the following: "If Shrem didn't write their raps, who the f did? I'm waiting." Ebro then responded with the following: "You and then some. Stop it." Mike and Ebro then exchanged a whole lot of tweets about this topic, but to summarize it all, Mike explained that his role was in producing the music, sonically, not writing their raps, while Ebro maintained his position on the matter. Now the feud fizzled out, but Mike and Ebro clashed again around 2016, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Around 2016, Mike took a step back from production, focusing more on quality over quantity. He produced mixtapes for Isaiah Rashad, Kid Cudi, and Gucci Mane, and dropped 4 hit singles including Beyonce's Formation. His work with Beyonce earned him 3 Grammy nominations, proving that he was still a force to be reckoned with in the music industry. However, his beef with Ebro resurfaced around 2016 after the release of Formation. Ebro, seemingly holding a grudge, called out Sway Lee and Mike for co-writing the track, tweeting the following: "Co-writing, nice." This time Sway Lee got involved himself and trolled Ebro by retweeting the following comments with the caption, "Co-writing trending." Ebro then tried to put Sway Lee in his place by implying that Sway was not one of the greats. The greats co-wrote, co-writers very helpful, I co-motivate, still not number 3. Mike then dropped a series of tweets defending his work with Beyonce and called Ebro a hater. Slim Jimmy then joined in, expressing excitement for their upcoming album, Shrem Live 2, to prove Ebro wrong. Ebro then responded to Mike and Jimmy's tweets, admitting that he was just playing around and that he actually appreciated their work. He also commented on the idea of co-writing, saying, "If you co-wrote, technically you ain't write that shit, which was my point, but shit's still good. Live, youngins." The beef between Ebro and Ray Shremmerd continued around 2016. Around August, the duo brushed off the controversy but defended their songwriting. Sway said people should check their album credits and claimed Ebro didn't know what the he was talking about. In November, the beef heated up once again when Ebro claimed their hit Black Beatles was only successful because of the mannequin challenge. At this point, the boys were sick and tired of talking to Ebro and went straight for the jugular. They basically called Ebro old and depressed and claimed his PP was tiny. Ebro eventually stopped engaging with Sway Lee and Mike Will, and the focus shifted back to Mike's career. Around 2017, Mike released his debut album Ransom 2, packed with big names like Rihanna, Kendrick Lamar, and the Migos. The album charted well, and its singles gained certifications.
Hold up to be clear. I believe in miracles.
Mike didn't stop there. He showed versatility by working with artists like Katy Perry, and his work on Kendrick's album, particularly on the hit Humble, earned him a Grammy for Best Rap Song.
Be humble. Sit down. Be humble.
At this point in his career, Mike had his foot on the gas. In 2018, he leveled up, producing for big names like Eminem and The Weeknd. Mike worked on Eminem's Kamikaze, producing Greatest and another track called Fall.
Greatest in the world, greatest in the world, greatest in the world.
He continued to work with other big names, but in that same year, Miley, Cyrus, and Mike Will faced a $300 million lawsuit over her song We Can't Stop. A Jamaican songwriter called Michael May claimed his song We Run Things was used in Miley's track. According to him, 50% of the lyrics were taken from his original work. Scarily enough, the same thing happened around September when a lawsuit claiming his hit single 23 was stolen from an artist named Yella the Triple Threat. The case was dropped after about 2 months, but it did hurt Mike's credibility. Then around 2019-2020, Mike found himself in more drama, this time involving Miley, Cyrus, and Nicki Minaj. During a Queen Radio episode, Minaj took shots at Cyrus, indirectly involving Mike and hinting at a past relationship between him and Miley. In Nicki Minaj's own words, "In the first place, she disrespected me in a magazine article for no reason. A Purdue chicken can never talk shit about queens. That's what she did. I had just seen her after she sucked Mike Will's dick in the studio. Now you coming out with pink wigs? All you wanna be Nicki."
Like I heard a record when Miley Cyrus was trying to talk crazy.
Purdue chicken. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? You heard that? What you think about? Because I was like,
Hold on. Purdue chicken can never talk shit about Queen.
Talk about it.
But I do notice a lot of Purdue chickens recently have been trying to say the Queen's name for clout. And that's always been happening. And that's what she did in the first place. And then she cried, the white girl cried and made black girls seem like she was a bad guy. You sucked all that only to come out looking like a Purdue chicken on the stage and then got mad and went back to country music. Bitch, sit your stupid ass up.
Even though Mike found himself tangled in this drama, he chose to stay quiet and not comment. Similarly, he kept his cool during a random beef with Young Chop around 2020. In that year, Chop shared an Instagram post revealing their direct messages, where Mike asked him to collaborate. Despite Mike's calm responses, Chop put him on blast, causing more unnecessary drama. The thing is, Young Chop responded to Mike Will's messages, but Mike Will blew him off, causing Young Chop to go crazy. Still didn't send the address, you p***. That's his real number to y'all. Hit his line, y'all. Hashtag get off my D. Mike didn't respond and quietly changed his number.
But I produced it though. But you want to add your tag to my shit though. Then you ask me to add your tag to my shit?
Nah, never.
So you gonna sit there and lie?
Boy, you a troll.
Boy, right hand up to God, this man a fucking lie, y'all.
Boy, you lying, boy.
Why you working with Keith though?
You said why I'm working with Keith?
Yeah, I can't work with Sway Lee. Like a whole project, give him a chain, Shop Squad chain.
Shit, why you not doing it?
You went to go get them chains too because you seen my shit. I seen you looking at my shit, boy.
Boy,
yeah, real deal.
My boy Chop out here trolling, man.
What I'm trolling you for? On my mama, what
Boy,
I'm trolling you
trolling.
for? I'm me already, Mike Will.
On the chain, bro.
Mike Will, I'm me already. You know I'm that nigga, man. Come on now.
Hey,
let's be real. I'm really that nigga.
Hey, you was in the studio when I did 23?
No. You played it for me. I didn't see you make no beat. On God.
Since 2018, Mike's production career has slowed down, but he seems to be focusing on his rap career instead. He produced a few songs for NBA YoungBoy and Miley Cyrus, while releasing his own singles.
Supposed to be shining, but she noticed that my chain do. Late night sex, I won't see what that mouth do.
He's been working on his sophomore album and still continues to produce great tracks when he chooses to. His next album, called Michael, is set to come out this year. So if you're a Mike Will fan and you love his production and raps, be sure to look out for that. On Spotify, he has about 4.6 million monthly listeners, and his most listened to songs are 23, Running, Black Barbies, Aries, and By the World. That's it for me, it's your boy Ali. What happened to Mike Will in your opinion? Let me know down below. Also add me on Instagram at Ali Talks Music. Till next time, peace.